Today I want to talk about the mystery of the Sabbath. The reason for this topic is it's basically part of last week's parasha. I did a quick discussion on it in relation to the manna and how it relates to counting. Just to lay the foundation coming from that point of view, and that's Exodus 16, where the word Sabbath is first found in Scripture. The word rest, that's linked to the seventh day, that's linked to Yahweh's rest, is found in Genesis 2 verse 2 and 3, which is the word that just means rest. So it's a slight change to the word Sabbath, but it's pronounced the same. It's Shin Bet Taf. So just to look at the letters before I jump in. Shin Bet Taf. Taf means yoke or death. To die to something doesn't necessarily mean that you die. It means that you stop. You move from one phase to another. Yoke has to do with work. That's the other meaning for taf. So you put on your yoke, you die to the things associated with the yoke, and you enter the bet, which is the house, where you'll meet the shin. The shin has got two functions. We know that it represents the Spirit of God. Also means fire, means teeth. It also represents a flame. Now, in a house, an ancient house without electricity, the flame was a source of life. Without a flame, you couldn't live, because the flame heated up the house, so you don't die of the cold in winter. The flame was also used to cook food, and the flame was also the source of light inside the house. So in the same way, the Spirit of Yahweh is providing those three things to us in the spiritual household, and it also represents his Shekinah or his Shekinah glory, which was the glory that was within the Holy of Holies. It's also associated with the menorah, which was the only light available inside the holy place. There was no natural sunlight, and the seven chandelier flames of the menorah, Isaiah 11 verse 2 represent or reveals to us the seven attributes of the Spirit of Yahweh, or the seven phases for drawing close to Yahweh, starting from fear and knowledge and going up to wisdom and understanding. Going back to the manna, to the Shabbat relating to the manna, it starts off with a date, second month, same day they left, which is the 16th, which associate with the Passover, or the next day after Passover, which is first fruits. Now, when you read the story of the Exodus in Egypt, the commandment of unleavened bread was given, the commandment of the Passover was given, but the commandment of first fruits was not given. But as we know that it's a set of three that make up the first set of the Pilgrim Festival suite, if you like, where they had to go up to Jerusalem to offer up their harvest, which was barley. First fruits, if you take into account, it's to do with harvest, something you bring and offer up to Yahweh. In relation to the Exodus story, it's the firstborn who died, and they were the offering, the first fruit offerings unto Yahweh. So if you don't acknowledge Yahweh's Moedim and his sacrificial system and his offerings, you have to die with your own blood. You have to offer up your own blood or the blood of your family in that regard, in the symbolism of that. I'm not saying that Yahweh is into human sacrifices. I'm just saying that the sacrificial system is to do with paying for the shortcomings and the lower nature and the sinful nature of man, and blood is the currency which depicts life. So if you don't accept the life offering that Yahweh provide in your place, then your blood is the next best thing that need to pay for that sin, because the sin cannot be outstanding. It needs to be redeemed, neutralized, in order to move to the next level, which is the new millennium, or the sabbatical here, or the kingdom of the promised land, or the New Jerusalem, if you like. So that's the symbolism of that. But we also read about a Passover celebration that is held 1 month later, if you have different deaths in the family. Now, as Israel, was a family unit. Some of them did not adhere to Yahweh's word, did not paint the blood on the doorpost, and some of the family members within Israel was left behind, and their firstborn died because they did not believe Moshe, and they did not leave with their other family members. So the death in the family basically catered for the second Passover pattern, where the manna commandment was given to start the cycle again of the Sabbath. Now what's interesting, the word for Sabbath found in Genesis 2 verse 2 and 3, the next place it's found is in Genesis 5, where it talks about is it Genesis 5? Oh, I'm confused now. I think it's Genesis 5 or it's Genesis 8. Anyway, I'll discuss that tonight. And that's where Moshe and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, let my people go. Thus says Yahweh. He refused. And in that same instance, he said that Israel will no longer be able to rest from their burdens. They have to work and make more bricks and gathering their own straw now. So the extra day of rest that they rested is the day they have to pick up sticks or pick up straw. See the relation there to the picking up of sticks in the future connected to the Sabbath, in order to make bricks. And that's why Yahweh is pretty serious about those things, not to put you under a burden. And in saying that, is my assumption is that the Sabbath was intact from creation right through till the point in time when Moshe and Aaron stood before Pharaoh and said, let my people go. They were still celebrating the Sabbath right through, even in bondage and slavery. It stopped, and because it stopped, it activated the meaning of the number 7, which the root word means oath, to swear, and it's associated with a curse. So it released the curse over Pharaoh, who stopped the Sabbath, which is Yahweh's seat of authority, which is another word, Shebeth, associated with the word Shinbet, tough. And because he stopped it, there was no Sabbath for the duration of the 10 plagues. And even for a month after that, they were counting Omer, until the point, or it's actually the starting of the Omer was on the second month. So they traveled for half a month, from the 16th of Nisan to the next month, which was the 16th of the second month, where the Sabbath was reinstated, and lasted for another 40 years, which is the wilderness period. Now there's another scripture, I don't know if this is Exodus 5 or Exodus 8, where it talks about seed time harvest, and the earth will remain, and seed time harvest, heat cold seasons basically will remain and will not rest, which is the word Sabbath yet again. So now we see the Sabbath is connected to the time frame that's associated with the duration of the existence of the earth. Now we don't have a new heavens and new earth now, so that means that the Sabbath that is linked to the first one, which is in Genesis 2 verse 2 and 3, will be intact unto the time when the earth no longer exists. And that's associated with the new heavens, new earth, and the new kingdom. What that will look like, I don't know, because time will not exist. But I just want to give you those little breadcrumbs. We're going to discuss the rest tonight. We will have a discussion with fellow believers, and we will basically have a Q&A and comments and different people's opinions. I just want to lay some foundation prior to entering into that discussion. So I hope you follow that tonight as well, and I hope you have a wonderful Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom.